gentlemen, welcome to Farnham Knights Game Day Live. We give you the 7th edition of Farnham Knights Game Day Live. Farnham Knights today will be hosting the London Blitz. This is their second match off, and I'm sure there's going to be a very exciting game. We'd like to always thank our sponsors once again for being with us. We'd like to thank Black Amp Labs bringing us to you Premier Prospects, providing professional recruitment services, Wilson & Scott's, helping to keep your roads marked and secure, and Tango Securities and AFUK. We'd like to give a special mention to some of our fellow rhinos from the Isle of Wight that have came over here to help sponsor and to help to support the Farnham Knights. So thank you ever so much, Isle of Wight Rhinos, for being here. And we'd like to give a shout out to our good friends out there, Andy and Linda. They're out there in Canada right now, and I can see everybody. It's flexion on the field, ladies and gentlemen. They're getting ready to rock and roll. I'd like to tell you, as they're getting prepared there for the coin toss, your refs today, your head ref is Keith Wicken, Graham Hedges, C.K. Nam, Susanna Taylor, Dean Wright, and Victor Yanvari. We have just finished the contest, and let's see how the decision goes. We can see Big DC coming out from the coin test. He's looking pretty pleased with himself over there. We also see Quentin Goodall coming out there, and he's got a look of prosperity on there. It looks like he says, give me the ball, give me the ball. So let's find out where this is going to go. We'd like to thank once again our crew. Production manager today, Mr. Ollie DeRider. Yes, we have him here working with us today. Ollie, we thank you ever so much. On our primary, we have Mr. Jonathan on our cameraman. And on our streaming, taking care of our huddle, we have our production manager, as always, Mr. Dave Furby. We thank you ever so much for being with us and watching with us. Make sure to tune in. Facebook us. Hit us up on Twitter. See us on Farnham Knights Game Day Live as we're getting ready to get it ready for the game. Looks like the Knights are going to be kicking off. We'd like to thank the Referee Association, the BAFRA. This is where you can go to find out more about our refs and how to become a ref. So you help support our referees. They have a very difficult job out there. I call them the Judge of the Green. And you can find them at www.bafra.org. That's www.bafra.org. We're getting ready for the kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to play some ball. Big shout out to my man missing today, Mr. Aaron Evers. And that's a big boot. It's going way in the end zone. That's picked up by number 9. He's going to let it just go in and roll. That's Kyle Javier. London Blitz will be taking this out on their own 20. Yes, today I am flying solo, but I'd like to give a big shout out to my man, my side man, Mr. Aaron Evers. He is taking care of some family business. So, Aaron, we miss you, but where the show goes on. Once again, we're going to take the ball out on the 20-yard line. Here come the London Blitz. London Blitz being led by quarterback number 12, Josh Adamson. Snap, handoff to 23. He's finding some room up the middle. He does another cut. He's got more than a first down before he's brought down. That is 23. Mr. Deji Ali on the carry. DG Ali. He's finally brought down by the Knights. That's going to be a first down. Ball's going to be marked on the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. London Blitz. Way to start off the first drive. Josh again to DG. DG's looking for some room on the outside. And he's finally covered, and he's brought down by the Knights from the backfield. That's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. Let me see who the tackler was on there. We got Goodall on there, and we have number 79. That looks like Schmidt. No, excuse me. Yep, Max Schmidt on the tackle. Gain of a good 3 yards. That's going to be 2nd and 7 down. Number 12, Josh Adams for the Blitz, taking care of the ham. Hands it to DJ. DJ breaks the tackle, looking up the middle. He's going for some more before he's finally brought down by Goodall. That's going to be another first down for the London Blitz as they start moving the ball. That's DG Alley, number 23 on the carry. That's his third carry of the drive, and he's definitely making some progress. As now the Blitz start moving the ball down into Knights territory. Ball is marked now on the Knights only 38-yard line. That's going to be 1st and 10, London Blitz. Play action. Josh is looking upfield for his man. He's finding his man. Oh, in and out the hands intended for number 9. That's Kyle. Kyle, in and out the hands. What a beautiful pass there. The accuracy there by Josh Adamson. Well led, well placed. Unfortunately, in and out the hands. That's going to be an incomplete. 2nd and 10, London Blitz. Josh on the option. He's going to keep it. Josh looking for some room up the middle. On the outside, excuse me, he finds about another 6 yards. That's good, a good gain. That's going to be 3rd and about 3. That was number 28, Timmy in the backfield for the London Blitz. 3rd and 3. London lines up with the big fullback in the backfield, Alex Davies. Does a beautiful snap. Josh is looking upfield again for his man, thrown out of bounds, but we got flags all over the field. We're going to find out if we have movement on the offensive line or if Josh did pull the defense off. And that is going to be Josh pulling the defense off. That's going to be 5 yards. That's going to move the chains right on down. Yep, the Knights just gave the Blitz the first. They're another first down. That's the 3rd first down of the series. As the Blitz start going down into the Knights red zone. Ball's marked on the Knights own 25-yard line. Josh pulling his man into motion. High snap to Josh. Oh, we got a fumble there, and it's finally covered by the wide receiver, number 80. We also got Henry Charleston Weedy. Illegal motion there also on the Blitz. That's going to bring it back 5 yards. So that's going to be 1st down and 15 for the Blitz. Josh pulled his man, Henry Charleston Weedy, into motion. Took a high snap. But it looks like that was an illegal motion move from him over there, so they're looking like they're going to correct it. 1st and 15, London Blitz. Number 28, Timmy in the backfield with Josh. And it's to Timmy, 28, and boom, what a hole does he find before he makes it in midfield. Timmy, a good gain of about 12 yards. That's going to be a 2nd down and about 5. Take that back, 2nd and a long 6. What a hole was opened there by the Blitz's offensive line, allowing Timmy to just run right on through. He was barely touched before he was finally grabbed, but man, he had plenty of running room. And what speed and agility that running back has. Second and 6. Josh looking in the pocket. Looking for his man on the outside, Kyle. Kyle breaks a tackle. He breaks 2 tackles. Kyle finally pulls it in. Touchdown, London Blitz. Kyle Jervier. On the reception, Josh had plenty of time to look in the pocket there, and he finally threw it out. Found his man, and it looks like that's going to be short of the goal line. Here comes the extra point. Being extra point by Luke Nottington, number 17. Snap, low, Nuke puts it up. Clean, it's good. Ladies and gentlemen, your scoring update. London Blitz 7, Farnham Knights 0. We are really running in the first quarter of game. Now, here come the Farnham Knights special teams as they get their first opportunity to have possession of the ball. So the Blitz had the possession of the ball for a good 4 minutes while they worked their way right on up the field. That was a clean drive by head coach Damian Anderson and the London Blitz. Now, let's see what Coach Steve Rains can pull with his offense. Steve Rains has been looking forward to this game, and him and Mr. Roth have been definitely fine-tuning some of the offensive players in the backfield just so they can execute a great performance. Here's the special teams, and back to receive. There we go, Mr. Godfrey. And Nick Roop. Yep, Nick Roop's wearing his customary number 10 today. Nice kick. Goes to Roop. Roop takes it on his 10. Roop keeps it to 15. Roop turns on some speed at the 20. Roop's looking for the outside. Roop finds it at the 30. He's making another tackle for his running back down at the 32-yard line. Great run, Nick Roop. And here come the Knights, being led by number 11 today, Allie Reed. As you know, we still have Mr. DeRider out for the season and Mr. Nunnally out for the season. So here we go, Mr. Magic 11. Ollie Reed brings the offense out. Steely far right. Snap, hand off to Sequala. Sequala fighting to get to the line of scrimmage. Loss of a couple of yards. Second and 12. Farnham Knights. Godfrey on the far left, Steely on the far right. Alex takes it out the shotgun. Alex looking in the back, looking for his man, Godfrey. Oh! In and drugged down by number 20 for the Blitz, and that's going to be an incomplete for Godfrey. Great pass by Ollie, right into the hands of Godfrey. Allie, right into the hands, and incomplete. My apologies there, Allie Reed. That's going to be 3rd and 12, third down situation here for the Knights. JP and Sequala in the backfield with Allie. Steely far right. Clean snap. Little bit of pressure. Oh, intercepted in and out of the hands of number 20 for the London Blitz. Oh, that was Luke Prendingast. Sorry about that, Luke. In and out the hands of him. That would have been a great interception and put the Blitz in great field position. Lucky response there by the Knights, and that's going to bring a 4th down situation. Here come the special teams. Back to kick. The punt there is number 13, Scott Spierink. Back to receive. Number 5, Craig Marone. Spierink gets a lovely kick out. Lovely kick, takes a beautiful hop, and Craig's going to drop down on it. That was a great kick there by Spierink, putting the Blitz in their own territory, giving the Knights an opportunity to try to stop him back there, and that's going to be 1st and 10. The ball's going to be marked at the own 14-yard line. And here comes Adamson, number 12, for the Blitz. He falls in the pocket. He's looking for his man again. Oh! Once again, out the hands of Charlie Joseph, number 6, wide receiver for the Blitz. That pass looked like it was a little bit too far wide for him to be able to pick that up and to make any kind of positive gain. If he were to grab that, he just went right out of bounds. And looks like the Blitz is going from a no huddle. That's DG Alley, number 23, in the backfield along with Josh. That's going to be 2nd and 10. It's handed to DG. DG's looking for some room on the outside. He finds it. DG up the field. He gets to the 30, to the 35. He is finally snuffed down there by the Knights. Pulled down by number 50 and number 44 for the Knights. Great gain for the London Blitz. Great hole was opened up, and he had all the time to try to step through, negotiated, did a couple of cuts, and then started breaking some tackles. That's going to be 1st and 10. Ball is going to be on the 38-yard line. That was David Francis on the tackle there for the Knights, along with Matt Williams. Bart Bastry had a piece of that. 1st and 10, London Blitz. Josh falling in the pocket. The pressure is on. Josh is looking himself out. He is brought down by 51. That's Jonathan Vince. And negative yardage, a loss of about a yard there. Great pressure is pulled on by the Knights. And you can see big Rich Bodelson, number 48, was getting up from the pile. He has some pressure to put on there. Disturbed the rhythm there of Josh. That's the first pressure that he's felt on the whole game. And that's going to be a loss of about a yard. 2nd and 11, London Blitz. Josh again in the pocket. He's looking for his man. No, miscommunication intended for number 86. He's looking for a flag. No flag coming. Great protection there by Bart. That was intended for Alex Lard. Incomplete. That'll be a 3rd down. Timmy in the backfield, number 28 with Josh. Knights are lined up on a man-to-man. Josh in the shotgun. Snap. Play action. Josh stays in the pocket. He looks for his man upside again. He finds the number 80, and he is complete before he's brought down by Mr. Goodall. Completion. He finds his man all alone. He had just beat his receivers, and there was nothing stopping Henry Charleston Weedy from catching that one but the grass himself. That's going to be a reception, bringing the chains down, putting the Blitz in great field position. They are in the red zone. First and 10 for the Blitz. Josh again in the pocket. He's finding his man. He's doing the same play. Oh! In and out the hands. My gosh, if you talk about a rerun, that was a rerun, and he almost put points on the board. But that is going to be an incomplete pass, and once again, that was intended for number 80, and that was Henry Charleston Weedy. 2nd and 10. Josh Adamson, very comfortable in the pocket. Finds himself all the time in the confidence in his offensive line. Pressure is still being put on by the Farnham Knights, but he found plenty of time to execute a beautiful pass down the field. That's going to be 2nd and 10. Once again, we have 2 running backs in the backfield, big 44 and number 28. Play action feet. Fake. He keeps the ball. Oh, and he breaks another tackle. It's Josh. It's Josh in for a touchdown. Josh Adamson, play action fake, quarterback sneak, comes off the outside of the tackle. He has a little bit of room, breaks tackles, and gets the ball in himself. That's going to be a score for the London Blitz. London Blitz are coming out for the extra point again. Extra point attempt by Luke Naughton. Luke Naughton, number 17. Snap. He puts it up. Beautiful kick right through. That's going to be good. Ladies and gentlemen, your scoring update still in the first quarter of game. Farnham Knights 0. London Blitz 14. That is 2 unanswered touchdowns and field goals done by the London Blitz. Farnham Knights, what are they going to do now? I can see that Norm is starting to hustle up the defense. He's wanting to put the pressure on. And you can see that Tango is trying to get the offensive line up on par. I can see Coach Range is speaking with Ollie Reed, giving him another execution as we get ready for the special teams to try to do something. Once again, number 10, Nick Rope. He is the man back there with Godfrey. 2 of the special teams runners there for the Farnham Knights. Great returners. Let's see what they can do on this one. Luke Naughton, once again, number 17, will be kicking it off. And here it is. The ball is up, and it's going to Nick Root. Nick's going to take the ball from his own 2. Nick's going to work, and he makes a cut at the 10-yard line, looking for some outside. Whoa! He breaks a tackle, but he's snuffed up by number 11 for the London Blitz, and that's going to be a gain of about 6 yards. That was number 11. That was Ronell Thomas on the tackle, and then he found an assist, but he did put the initial stoppage on Nick Root. Small return there for Nick. That's going to be 1st and 10. For the Farnham Knights, taking the ball on their own 13-yard line. First and 10. Here comes Ollie and the Knights. Nick Roop, Allie. I got Ollie next to me, and he's helping to correct me for Allie Reed. I'm so used to calling the man back there. There's Allie. He's setting him the wishbone. Handed off there to Nick Roop. Roop's looking for some room on the outside. He is drugged down by number 15 for the London Blitz. That's going to be no cane. Stopped there by Mr. Josh Vines. That's going to be a loss of about 2.5 yards. That's going to be second. We'll call that a strong 12 for the Knights as they try to work themselves out of their own territory. Hand off to Nick. Nick's breaking it. Nick's trying to set another cut. Nick's going up the middle. It's Nick Roop. He's breaking a 3rd tackle. And Nick Roop, what a carry before he takes the ball. Midfield. It's the Roop on the carry. What a handoff. Nick takes the ball deep in their own territory and spins it up middle. Gets them in great field position. Ball's going to be marked on their own 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Farnham Knights. Harry Carter lined up on the far left. Roop again on the carry. He gets a block from Sequala. Roop's got the 1st down and a little bit more. And it's the Farnham Knight power ball coming into action today. That's going to be another 1st down for the Knights. They start moving the chains on right down the field. Looks like Coach Raines has lit some kind of fire because we are seeing the results. What a block there by Sequala, helping to give Nick plenty of room to make that 2nd cutback. And here we are. We have Scott Spearink on the far right. Hand off to Roop again. Roop's finding the magic. He's getting a good gain of about 4 yards before he's smothered down by the London Blitz. In comes number 89, Mr. Godfrey. Picks up a message from the sideline, brings it in to Allie. That's going to be 2nd, and we'll call that 2nd and a strong 7. JP Sequala, Roop in the backfield in the wishbone. Allie taking out the standing position, looking comfortable. Oh, play action, gives it to Sequala. Sequala's fighting for some room to get to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of about a yard. That's going to be a third down scenario for the Farnham Knights. That was a handoff to Sequala. That looked like a delay handoff there. I thought for a bit that Ali was going to keep it, but he ended up tossing it off to Sequala as he to get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 9. Wishbone being led by JP, Roop, and Sequala. It's to Sequala. Sequala's looking up the middle. He's pushing for room. He's looking for forward progress for the first down. He might be coming a little bit short. Let's see where they're going to mark it. Well, they are going to mark that short. That's going to be 4th down and 4. Yep, I've seen Susanna Taylor. She's confirming that. And it looks like the Knights are going to be going for it. They have a good momentum going there. We have Godfrey lined up on the far right. We have Sequala in the backfield with Roop. And we have a timeout being called on the field. As we take the first timeout, we would like to once again thank our sponsors. Premier Prospects, Tango Securities, Black Ant Labs, Wilson and Scott's, and AF UK. Once again, we'd like to thank our crowd of supporters here from the Isle of Wight Rhinos. Thank you for being with us here today. We greatly appreciate it. And as we see in Sequala coming off from the sideline, he's looking a little bit tired there. Let's see what they're going to be calling as they take advantage of this blitz timeout. So once again, look us up, www.farnhamknights.com/GameDayLive. That's www.farnhamknights.com, GameDayLive. Tweet us, see with us. Let's hear from you. We have a lot of viewers, as always, that are always sending responses, and we'd like to hear from yours. Back to the field as the blitz come out, and the 4th down scenario. Here come the Knights being led by House. Tom Roberts, number 71's pointing. Choirboy, 4th down. Extra point. A tip field goal by Mr. Spearing. Snap. It's blocked. It's blocked down. The Blitz have came in and put a snuff to that one. That's going to be no good, giving the Blitz their home ball. Let's see where the official marking of it is. What a great pressure by the special teams from the London Blitz. Spearing looked like he had a clear snap on that one, but no go. That's going to be snuffed down. London will be taking the ball 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. Josh in the backfield. Double split wide receivers. Does a play action. Gives it down to DJ. Whoa, big popcorn. And he's breaking the tackle, and he's going to get a 1st down. He breaks a tackle there by Scott Spearing and still going and get a 1st down. That's number 23 on the carry, Digiali. That's going to be 2nd and 1. Josh has 3 receivers split left, 1 on the right. And he does hand it off to DG right up the middle. Fumble on the ball. And let's see where they're going at. The Knights are saying they have it. Looks like DG has fumbled the ball. The Knights they're fighting in the middle of the scrum here. Josh is trying to get his little bit in there. The Knights are feeling jubilant. They're pointing on the other side. The refs is trying to call everybody to try to pull it up. This would be a great result, and it looks like we do have a man down. So that is an injury down there as they start to call the medics there. Let's take a moment while that's happening. Yeah, looks like we do have a man down. We're going to get the official on there. And who's coming here to see me? My man, Big Too Tall. Big Pete, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. You?
I'm doing fantastic. Glad to have you here. Man, I thought you were going to be shipping out on a plane. They ain't got you on Virgin Atlantic yet.
Been trying, man. Been trying since March.
I can't wait to see you back on the big screen, buddy. You know, having you come from here and playing and showing the rest of these guys that you can make a living out of this and you can turn this to a career. God, we thank you so much for supporting the Farnham Knights as always, buddy. Thanking you. And as we do still have a man down the field, I haven't gotten a confirmation just yet who he is, but as you can see, we have respect going on as some of the players will definitely wish him well. We definitely do not like to have injuries on the field. As my man, Big Aaron Everett says, we like to keep it safe. Aaron, I'm missing you today, buddy. Give me a call. Well, once again, if you would like to be a part of the association, you'd like to be a part of the BAFNL, and you would like to probably be a ref, look them up, www.bafra.org. That is www.bafra.org. Find out a lot more. If anything, make sure to support your team. If anything, support us. www.farnhamknights.com, Game Day Live. Well, this kind of put a big hankering on the momentum that both teams have been having, but the Knights really showed some great momentum from the offense on that last series. We are still in the first quarter of gameplay. Your scoring update, London Blitz 14, Farnham Knights 0. It was a great day for football and Farnham, United Kingdom. And that is number 23, I think. Is that DG Ali? He has been doing some great work today. It'd be a shame to lose for the Blitz to lose him today. They have a great arsenal of other running backs there, as you've seen. We have big 38 and number 44 and number 28. But to lose DG this soon in the game would be very, very bad for the London Blitz. And it looks like he's up on his feet, and that is number 23. That is DG Ali. DG, we hope you're going to get better there, buddy. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to bring us back to the game. Bringing you up to date here. We just had a fumble recovery by the Farnham Knights, giving them the ball midfield. JP in the backfield with Sequala and Roop. Handed off to Roop. Roop's finding some men on the outside. Roop's breaking a tackle. He gets a gain of about 5-6 yards before he's finally smothered down by the London Blitz. Great run, Nick Roop. Nick's using his ability to gauge and read the defensive line. Rather than fully committing himself, he takes his time to read where he is going to go. Then he fully commits, and that is how we see this great gain of yardage he is producing today. That's going to be second down and a good 5 for the Knights. Knights are keeping it into the wishbone. JP, Roop Sequala. Handed off to Sequala. Sequala finds it on the outside tackle. It's Sequala for the first down. Sequala on the outside tackle finds plenty of room, breaks a tackle, and he high steps as always, and he does get the first down. That's going to bring the chains down. Ball's going to be marked on the London Blitz 29-yard line. First and 10, Farnham Knights. Play action fake to Roop. Roop breaks a tackle. That could have been a messy play there. Looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication back between Ali and either Sequala and Roop. but it was handed off to Roop. Roop fights back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a short negative yardage loss there for the Farnham Knights. Second down and 11. Allie Reed's feeling really comfortable in the pocket the last couple of games. He's coming into form, you know. Allie's played a lot of ball, and he is no stranger to running that offense. I know that he would rather be on the defense, but it's good to see him stepping in, and he's making great progress. Second and 11. Nice in the wishbone. Allie got a little bit of a pressure. He's running on the outside, and Allie uses it, throws the ball away. No flags. That was very good playing there by Allie. He didn't have any receivers that are open. There was no reason for him to actually take that or try to run the ball out. So he throws it away. That's going to be a third down and 11 for the Farnham Knights. In comes Godfrey and Steely. We have the power duo out there for the wide receivers for the Knights, as you would expect on any third down situation. Tristan O'Keefe out there. Big Letman, number 73. The snap. Hand off to Roop. Roop's looking upfield for Steely. Steely has the ball, and we have a flag. Oh, it's the flea flicker. Once again, the Knights pull it off, and there it is down to Steely Wills. Steely makes the reception. We do have a flag. Let's wait for the official calling on the field by Keith Wickham. What a play. We've seen that flea flicker before, and we've always seen positive results. I didn't know if Nick Roop was going to keep it or not, but he finally decides to throw it down. Steely's looking like he's holding his back a little bit there, and we did get a reception, but let's get official call there. I see that DC, David Carpenter, the captain there for the Farnham Knights, is conversing with well, you heard it there. You've heard it from Keith. First, we had 5 men in the backfield. That penalty was declined. Then we have pass interference on Steely. Work with me now. Pass interference on Steely. That penalty is going to be accepted. That's going to mark the ball back from the original marking, 15 yards. That's third and 25 for the Farnham Knights. Snap. Pressure is on Alley. Alley's looking for some room. He's breaking a tackle. He is snuffed up there by number 15. That is Josh Vines. Josh Vines puts in the work for the London Blitz, and that is going to be a sack against the Farnham Knights. Fourth down situation. Here comes the special teams. So the London Blitz did stop the motion, as we like to call it, of the Farnham Knights. And that is definitely going to be disheartening there. You can see Coach Norm is starting to grabbing the guys a little bit. And Coach Raines is going to come with another strategy. Mr. Spearink on the kick. Oh, we got a flag there and whistle blown. And Susanna Taylor says illegal motion. She's pointing. She actually pointed to Paul Stubbs. And yes, that's going to be number 2. That is Mr. Stubbs. That's going to bring it back 5 yards. That's going to give Mr. Spearink a different approach to the special team punt. Back to receive is number 5, Craig Marone, for the London Blitz. We have a clean snap. Whoa! Scott puts it up. Oh, and it's out of bounds. Terrible kick there. Let's see where they're going to officially mark the ball. Had a lot of pressure there by the London Blitz special teams on Scott. Scott still took his time and executed the ball, but I think that he really wanted to try to keep that inside, pull a little bit to the left side. And they are going to mark it. Susan said mark it at the 30. London Blitz will be taking it on their own 30-yard line. First and 10, London. London Blitz. Spread three wide on the left side. Josh into the shotgun. He's going to do an option. He hands it off to Timmy. Timmy's looking for some room. He's breaking a tackle. He's breaking 2 tackles before he's brought down. Gain of about 7 yards. That was a play action option ran by Josh, and rather than keeping it, he went and handed it off to Timmy. Timmy did get a good gain of about 8 yards before he's finally brought down. But looks like we have a conversation on the field by the green judges, the referees. And here comes Keith. That's a Bamadale. Number 71, that's a personal foul. That's going to be called on him against the London Blitz. That's going to hurt their drive. That's going to make it first and about 20. There we go. That looks more like it. They finally got the chain crew together. Second down and 19. Here comes Josh. And ladies and gentlemen, that looks like that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. Your scoring update. London Blitz 14. Farnham Knights 0. We'd like to give a little shout out to our girl, Gemma. Gemma, happy 18th birthday to you. We really hope that you had a great one. Make sure that you take care of yourself and remember who your daddy is, because we know him too. And back to the game field. I'd like to give another shout out to Andy and Linda out there in Canada. Hurry back home and bring me something back from customs. And here we go, second quarter of play. Josh back in the shotgun. Timmy in the backfield. Josh is looking for some, he's got pressure. He tosses it off to Timmy. Timmy got room. Timmy turns it on. He's fighting for the first. Timmy got the first down a little bit short. The pressure was put on Josh. Josh put it off into the pocket, tossed it right over to Timmy, number 28. 28 takes it for another 12 yards. That's going to be a great game for the London Blitz. Just short of the first down and might need some change. And let's see what Susan runs it. She's saying move the chains down. That is a first down, London Blitz. Ball's marked on their own 40-yard line. Knights shooting out and shuffling the defensive positions. Looks like we got a little bit of blitz. Josh is tossing it off. He finds his man, number 86. That's going to be a completion. Correction, that is number 88. Jasper Van Doren on the reception. First down, London Blitz. That's going to be first and 10. Josh on the quarterback keeper. Josh is looking for some room up the middle. He is snuffed there by the Knights. Nowhere to run and nowhere to go on that quarterback keep before he's finally brought down. That's Mac Schmidt on that tackle along with Courtney Goodall. Number 7. Mac Schmidt, number 79. Gain of about 3 yards. We have the medic coming out onto the field. I'm not seeing anybody laying down, but I do see a Farnham Knight on the far field. Let's see if we can get an identity on who that is. That's Choir Boy, Mr. Roberts, 71. Tom Roberts is being assisted off. Tom getting a little bit of action from on the defense today. And back to the game. Okay, we have second down and long 7 yards here. Snap, handed off to 28. Oh, the big man finds a hole. He is pumping it. He is running for the goal line. He's trying to break another tackle before he finally rugged down. He might be short. He might get it in. What a run by the big man. He turns on the wheels, and there is nothing stopping him. He is really a great carry, and whoa, he had nowhere to go on that one, but into the end zone. What a run by the London Blitz. That's going to give them great field position as they are first and goal. What blocking by the offensive line. They opened up the holes, and once that man found a place on the trains, he was gone. Snap. Josh is looking to take the ball in himself. He is caught, and looks like he got forward progress. Let's get the official. Susan saying his knee's down. And we're getting one ref saying that it's good. Okie dokie. Let's find out here. Somebody call their attorney. I can't figure this one out. This is time for a divorce court. And they're going to mark it short. So Josh did not make it in. That's going to be second and inches into the goal line. Oh, this is really exciting. Let's see if the Farnham Knights defense can really hold them down as they are really ramped down into the red zone. Second and goal. Josh in the play action. Josh on the keeper. He's looking for a pass. He's looking for 44. We got a flag. We got double flags, triple flags on the play. Josh is looking for his man, big number 44, Alex Davies. That was incomplete, but we have some flags down there. Might be on Goodall. We don't know. It might be on the offense. Let's get the official ruling to the green judge. Well, that is against Vince, number 50. David Francis, number 50. Terrible time to have a penalty, as now that this, though the yardage is only going to be half the distance they were on the 1 yard line or less, is going to now make it first down again, giving them 4 opportunities to try to move that ball about 4 inches. First and 10, London Blitz on the nil yard line. In the power I formation. And there is Josh. Josh goes the quarterback sneak, and he pushes it in. We haven't got the official ruling from the refs. And there it is. Susan Taylor says, ladies and gentlemen, that is good. Josh Adams on the quarterback sneak. Finally finds some room behind some good blocking. London says, let's sear this up and put a period or a full stop into this, and they are going to go for the extra point. Once again, we have number 17 there, Mr. Naughton, on the field goal. The snap, kick, and it is cleanly good. Ladies and gentlemen, your scoring update today. Farnham Knights 0, London Blitz 21. We are now in the second quarter of game play. As always, we like to thank our sponsors. They keep us going and bringing the game to you. So thank you, Premier Prospects, providing professional recruitment services. Black Ant Labs, bringing us to you. Tango Securities, providing all your total security needs. Wilson & Scott's, keeping your nation's roads and road marking safe for you. AFUK. And as always, we'd like to thank our crew, our cameraman, Jonathan, and our production crew, David Furby and Ollie DeRider. And now we're going back to the game on the field. It is really starting to shine a little bit. You can feel the humidity here. It's a great day. I thought we was going to have a little bit of rain, but it looks like it's going to hold out, and we're going to get a full dry game here. We have a great thing going here. Please stay with us. Tweet us. Let us know what you're thinking. Ping us. FarnhamKnights.com, Game Day Live. And here we are. Luke to kick it off. Roop and Godfrey to return. It's a driver. It's going to Godfrey. Godfrey takes it on the second hop. Godfrey gets it over to the 20. Godfrey is strangled up at the 21-yard line by number 19 for the London Blitz, Donnell Pelly, on their special teams. They're going to mark the ball on the 22, and that's going to be 1st and 10. Farnham taking the ball on their own 22-yard line. Okay, and here we go. The handoff to Nick Roop. Roop's finding some room. Oh, my goodness. He's picked up off his feet by number 20, but he's still got a gain. Literally picked up off his feet by number 20, Luke, for the London Blitz. But that's going to be a gain of about 4 yards for Nick Roop. In comes number 43, Joe Edwards, for the Farnham Knights. Another ball carrier. Nice coming out the wishbone. JP. Alley's looking for some room. He hands it to JP. JP's putting his hand down. Big stiff arm. JP's running a man over before he finally gains another 2 yards. Good carry there by Jean-Pierre. That's going to be 3rd and 4. Alley had the pressure on. And I've noticed that Alley is ambidextrous. He can throw with both hands, left and right, so he switched the ball over and finally got the ball out there to JP. On the screen, JP takes it for a couple of yards. That's going to be 3rd and 3. Ball is marked on the Farnham Knights 28-yard line. Nice back in the wishbone. JP, Roop, and Sequala. Play action to Sequala. Sequala's looking for some room. Sequala's fighting for the first down. Big Letman pushes him through, number 73, and that looks like a good first for the first down for the Farnham Knights. Sequala on the carry, gets a big assist there by big 73, Toby Letman, to help him see that first down through, and that's going to be the ball marked on the 33-yard line, 1st and 10, Farnham. In comes number 15, Harry Carter, along with Allie Reed. Looks like they just picked up some instructions there from Coach Raines. It is really magnificent watching the beauty of this game and watching the strategics that the strategies that both coaches are employing today as the game progresses on. And there's the blitz on the London Blitz. Put the blitz. Oh, boy! Ball was intended for Harry Cotter, deflected by number 7 there, Jeff Davies, on the London Blitz. That was a quick snap there. Great execution there by Alley, but the pass was incomplete. 2nd and 10, Farnham. Okay, Joe Edwards lining up on the far left. Nice coming out in another wishbone. Oh, bad snap. Alley jumps down on it. Bad snap. Looks like the Knights will retain the ball. And no, the blitz recover it. Oh, this is terrible for the Farnham Knights. Putting the blitz right back in great field position. Looks like a bad snap, and Alley couldn't get over there to get the ball. And they're going to turn it over 1st and 10, giving Josh another opportunity to put some more points on the board. I found out today everybody wants to be a comedian. Back to the game. 1st and 10, LB. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a timeout called by Farnham as they're going to take it to the outside. Okay, and taking back to gameplay, back to the field. 1st and 10, London Blitz. Ball marked on their own 29-yard line. Excuse me, 31-yard line. Knights in the zone. Snap. Josh is in the pocket. Looks for his man, number 86. He finds him. Great boom. And he's finally snuffed up by Goodall and Sperink. Completion there to Alex. Good for about 6.5 yards. 2nd down and about 3. Knights are in zone. And, oh, we got a fumble the ball, and there's a fight for it, and it looks like the Knights might have it. Oh, that was intended for number 28 to hand off, and he looks like he fumbled it up. That was Teamy. Teamy drops it. It drops a couple of times, and it's recovered by the Farnham Knights. That's going to give them the ball. Whoa, what a surprise turnover in 2nd quarter of play, giving the Knights another opportunity to correct that one. Wow. And here comes Allie. He's got some pep to his step. He wants to do a redo of that last series, and I think he deserves that as he pulls the team into the huddle. Let's see the strategy that the Knights are going to come out on this one as we have your scoring update. As you know, London Blitz 21, Farnham Knights 0, 2nd quarter of play. We're just about starting the 2nd quarter. We're probably about 5, 10, not even 7 minutes in, and we've already gotten 2 turnovers. This is starting to heat up here. Knights coming out in the wishbone. Hand off to Sequala. Sequala finds a hole at the middle. Sequala fighting for more room, and there he goes. It's Aaron Sequala. It's Aaron Sequala, and he fights to get to the outside. Sequala high-stepping, running like the king of wheels himself as he takes it upfield. Aaron Sequala, 1st down. And they start bringing the chains down. What a run by Sequala. I tell you, the man, he is running like he does not come from here at all. The man has an East Coast stride. He is running like the 57 line. If you ain't been to New York, you need to go. Midfield, great position as they start to turn on the night train. Wishbone, hand out to Root. Root finds 4 yards. Root's fighting before he's finally drugged down. Gain of about 2, forward progress. He's brought down by number 15, Josh Vines. Josh Vines putting a lot of work in by the London Blitz. Very talented young man out there. Number 15, here comes Harry Carter replacing Steely Will. Steely's holding his back. Looks like he might be a little injured there. Now, Steely's been playing. He's always in great physical condition. When I see him holding himself, I'm feeling a little bit concerned. That's 2nd and 8. Whoa, there's some confusion on the play, but the handoffs to Sequala. The Blitz are trying to strip the ball out. That's going to be a terrible performance execution there for the Knights. I can tell Allie is not happy about that one. Looks like somebody forgot what the play was, but as they ran into each other, that looked like very, very bad miscommunication. They're going to have to fix that one out. That's 3rd and 9, Farnham Knights. Knights coming out in their standard wishbone for the day. Allie's going to the pocket. Allie's looking for his man upfield. He's looking for Godfrey. Ho! Incomplete. We look like we had some bumping. Wow, you can hear the crowd up here. They are not happy about that play. But that is cleanly done by the Blitz. Incomplete, and that's going to take out a 4th down situation. Oh, they are disgruntled up here. That looked like they should definitely have tossed one, but we got to leave it up there for the green judges. And that's going to be special teams coming out. I see Spearing, number 13, the kicker for the Knights today, Scott Spearing. Back to receive is number 5, Craig Marone for the London Blitz. So this second quarter has showed a couple of turnovers, a couple of stoppages, and look at Mr. Raines as he is on the field having it out and telling the refs, giving them a what for. Now, there he is, Mr. Raines is pointing, and look at him, and I'm telling you, when he is doing this, this is unacceptable in his book. And if he doesn't get his way right now, trust me, he'll get it his way later. Well, it's always a pleasure being here on our home field in Farnham. We have a very, very fantastic facilities here on Monk Road. Come see us sometime here at Farnham Knights. We're at the Farnham Knights Rugby Field Stadium. It's a great facility. We are sitting up here in the balcony looking down. They have great accommodations, and you'll always get great hospitality. I'll tell you, you get a little bit of an American touch if you come here. All right, now, so Keith is... After deliberations with Mr. Raines, that is going to be a 4th down situation still. But I can see the clean snap to Scott. Oh, great kick. Beautiful. Stubbs is right down there ready for him. Look at that great kick there by Scott Spearing. Fantastic punt. Places it right down there. Special teams was right there also. Mr. Stubbs making up for the earlier 5 yards is guaranteed to down it. That's going to put the Blitz in their own territory. Bar is going to be marked around their 10, 11-yard line. And I am seeing Tom Roberts, choir boy, at nose tackle on defense today. Lining up next to him is Big 49. Excuse me, that's my man, Big 48, Richard Balston. Next to him is Big 98. Vasily. With Schmidt on the other side. The snap. We have a play action fake. Josh is going to keep it on the outside. Josh is looking for the first down. He's got it, and he's finally ran out of bounds by Bart Brashery, and that's going to be a first down for Mr. Adams. Adamson. Apologies there, Josh. Great run. Great run. That's going to be first down. Great execution to get themselves out of their own territory, giving them the ball now on their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. They're coming out of the no huddle. Split 3 wide on the right side, 1 on the left. Knights are in the zone. And Josh is staying in the pocket. He's looking for number 5. He's looking for his man. Oh! In and out of Craig Marone's hands. That's the second time we've seen an incomplete pass to him. Oh, he's going to feel terrible about that one. Great pass there by Josh. I know that Josh does play for London, but we have watched that man play for a long time, and he does have accuracy. When he throws, it's with intent. So you cannot hate the man when he does a great job, and he's going to be really upset at his own man there for missing 2 of his great passes. And we have a play action at number 28, Timmy. Timmy's up the middle. Timmy's high-stepping. Timmy's breaking another tackle. It's Timmy on the outside. It's Timmy to the left. Timmy's at his 30. Timmy's at a 20. He's at the 10. It's Timmy. Touchdown, London Blitz. Timmy on the play action off the left side, breaks 4, 5, 6, 7 tackles, high steps it. The big man with center of gravity does have wheels as he fights his way through, and he scores for the Farnham Knights. excuse me, for the London Blitz. Apologies. And we have the extra point by Luke Naughton again. Being held by Tim Lachetti. Number 3. Snap. Clean. It is good, ladies and gentlemen. Your scoring update. London Blitz 28, Farnham Knights 0, as we are still in the second quarter of game play. What a drive and excitement in that second quarter of play by both teams. 2 turnovers, 2 magnificent drives, and success for the London Blitz as they finally put some points up on the board. That was a fantastic, and we're going to see more. Back to receive is Nick Roop and Mr. Godfrey as the Blitz are lining up to kick it off. London Blitz still feeling chirpy as they high step it out of formation. Ooh, nice good boot. Heading to Godfrey's turn. Godfrey snatches it up in his own 4, and he's finally ran out about the 14-yard line. Gain of about 10 yards for Mr. Godfrey before he's ran out by the London Blitz. That's going to be first down and 10, taken from the 14-yard line for the Farnham Knights. So we got big Tom Outweight, number 66 out there. DC, number 57 out there on the line. Big Letman, number 73 on the line. I see 54, Ducky, that is Laura Hill on the line. And Tristan O'Keefe, big 77 on the offensive line for the Farnham Knights. Steely on the far right. Harry Carter on the far left with Big Letman. And we have a timeout being called by Roop. Roop calls a timeout. He goes over to Big Letman, has a little bit of a word. I think he was confused on the play. And that's going to be a delay of game. Now, I thought he called timeout, so I'm not understanding how you had a delay of game when he held a timeout. But we're going to leave that for the green judge to determine. Going to be delay of game. That's going to be minus 5 yards. Ball's marked on the 9-yard line. First and 10, Farnham. And they redo. Here we go. We got the Big Letman lined up. Number 73 in the receiver slot. Okay. Free flick there to Steely. Steely is getting it ran out. Looks like the play was broken up. That's going to be no gain, a loss if anything. That's going to be second down. Okie dokie, here we go. Second down and about 14. We have the snap. Ball's kicked off. Oh, it was meant for Big Letman. Incomplete. Was it a forward pass or a lateral? They are going to mark it incomplete. It was not a forward pass. I mean, a backwards pass or a lateral, which would have kept the ball alive. So it was intended for the big man, 73, Letman. Now, I'm assuming that they wanted to get the ball to him so he can just march himself right up down the line with no one to stop him. Now we have an official flag out there on the field. Here comes Susan. We have the full cast and crew of the officials now. Okay, looks like they figured it out. Now that's the full meeting of five of the officials as they tried to discuss this. And here comes Keith with the official statement. Here we are. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like that was technically a lateral pass, making it received and picked up by the Blitz. So technically that would be like a fumble. And they are now just scored a touchdown on that one. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to football. If you don't know, now you know, but that is going to be a touchdown for the London Blitz. So that's going to be a touchdown. They go for the extra point. It's up. It's good. And by a fluke of nature, ladies and gentlemen, that puts 7 more points up on the board for the London Blitz. Your scoring update today, Farnham Knights 0, London Blitz 35. I cannot believe what I saw there. Probably will get a little bit of a word here as they're getting ready to set up from some of our people here watching. You know what? I got some of the guys from the Rhinos here from the Isle of Wight. Guys, what did you think of that play? What did you think of that one?
Absolutely no idea. I was having a beer.
Oh my gosh! I'm going to come here to Big John. John, what did you think of that? You saw that?
Well, I think they took a little while to get out of the huddle, so I think possibly the defense may have known what they were going to do. And unfortunately, it was a lateral, not a forward pass. So unfortunately, it was a touchdown. I think Farnham were right to question it because it was marginal, but ultimately, I think the refs may have got that right. Still, we're looking forward to Farnham possibly getting a couple of first downs on this next drive and hopefully scoring before half time.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from Richard Roth from the Isle of Johnny Roth from the Isle of Wight Rhinos here. And you know what? I'm going to agree with his assumption and his technical ability on that one. He did call it right. That was a lateral, and that does make it a touchdown. And back to the game. Luke, high kick, high, right to Godfrey. Godfrey takes it on the 2. Godfrey to the 10. Godfrey to the 20. Godfrey turns it on to the 30. He stopped just short of the 30, and he's finally brought down. What speed Godfrey puts it on. Great run there. Gets to the 28-yard line, about a gain of 24 yards, 26 yards. I got to use the new math. We'll call it universal, not metrics. 1st and 10. Farnham Knights. Ball is going to be taken out. Yes, on their own 29-yard line. Big Ben Dobson, number 67's in. For the Knights offensive line. Harry Carter on the far left. Steve on the far right. We have the ball handed off to Jean-Pierre. JP has nowhere to go. He's hit in the backfield and smothered by the Blitz. That's going to be a loss of yardage. In comes Godfrey. Okay, that's going to be a 2nd down and 14 for the Farnham Knights. We have Godfrey and Steely lined up together on the far left. Alley from the shotgun, and he finds Sequala. Sequala's got the ball. He's got the prime in the middle. It's Sequala heading right up the midfield, and it's Aaron Sequala. It's Sequala. He gets to the 20. It's Sequala to the 10. Aaron Sequala, touchdown, Farnham Knights. Sequala takes it right up the middle. We're getting high fives all around on that one. What a play! Yeah! We have Anderson Qualla right up the middle. He high steps it right on through. I don't know if you watched it last week, but that guy, once he turns it on, he really does go for broke. He went right up the middle. No fear, no gain, nothing gained at all, but a touchdown. Well done, Farnham Knights. Now they're going to be going for the extra point. In comes Godfrey. Big Ben Dobson, number 67 on the offensive line. Open up some holes. Out comes Ben Dobson. Farnham Knights going for 2. We have Roop. Roop on the snap. He's got a block by JP. He goes to the outside. Looking for, whoa! He flips it on through. And that is going to be good for 2. Ladies and gentlemen, your scoring update. Farnham Knights 8, London Blitz 35. Looks like we have ourselves a game because the Farnham Knights are on the board and have really turned things around on that second drive. Let's see what Mr. Raines and the team have to go on the next drive as they're about to kick the ball off to the London Blitz. And it is really good to hear the crowd behind their home team today. Really rooting them on after that score. It set the fire on the candle. And here comes the special teams here with Goodall lined up on the far left. Handling next to him is number 40, Anthony Kirby. Sitting next to Kirby is number 50. We know him, David Francis. And of course we have Spearing kicking it off, number 13. He does a big high boot. He's going straight down to number 9. He's going to take it from his own, too. It's Kyle. Kyle does a reverse to number, oh, no, he comes through. He's finding a hole. He's looking to the outside. It's Kyle. Kyle cut back a couple of times. Looked like there was no room for him to go. All lanes are closed down by the Knights, and that's going to be the London Blitz taking the ball on their own 33-yard line, 32-yard line. And it looks like we have Masinga out there on the defense for the Farnham Knights. And we have a switch up on the quarterback. Oh, he's handed off to Teamy again. Oh, it's Teamy to the 30. It's Teamy. It's Teamy to the 20. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. It's Teamy just short of the goal line. We have Tim Lichetti on the quarterback. He hands it off to Teamy, number 28. Teamy takes the ball all the way down. We have a man down on the field. But what a great run there by the London Blitz as they retaliate and return from the answer points from the Knights. And we have Bart doing the Mr. Tumble sign on the field. And look, we do have a man down on the field. Wow, that was some excitement there, but we finally got a man down. We'll take a moment while they sort him out. I can't get an identity on him just yet. They're pulling him up to his field, and it's Spearing. Scott Spearing, our special teams kicker, is being helped off the field by a round of applause, and in goes number 56 for the Farnham Knights, Callum Gilblett. Okie dokie, and here we go. Back to gameplay. First and 10, London Blitz. The ball's marked on their own 4.5-yard line. We're going to call it about the 4. Receivers split wide right. Teamy in the backfield with big number 44. Oh, bad snap. Ball's on the ground. Oh, it's covered by Teamy. Bad snap there to Tim. He's looking on the sidelines. And that's going to be second down, second and about 8. Loss of a few yards on that. And there's the snap. Tim's looking for his man, number 6. He sees him all alone, and it's into his hands. Touchdown, Charlie Joseph. Tim Lichetti looks for his man. Great route ran there by Charlie. He was all alone after beating his receiver, number 81, Ninja, and that was him in for 6. Tim's looking for number 5. He finds Taylor. Excuse me, that's Craig Marone. And that's going to be for 2. Ladies and gentlemen, your scoring update. London Blitz 43, Farnham Knights 8. Tim What answer returned back on points by the London Blitz after the drive by the Farnham Knights. Let's see, as we're still in the second quarter of gameplay, how the Farnham Knights respond to this. Here's the kickoff here by Luke Naughton. Back to receive is Nick Roop and number 89, Mr. Godfrey. We have a high kick. Way out. Godfrey's going to let that go on and bounce out. They'll be taking that ball on their own 20-yard line. And you can hear the Knights as they are starting to change up the strategy. I can hear Coach Norm's trying to pull the defense together as they're about to do a little bit of change up, try to retaliate and come back and put some more points on the boards. But I know the defense is trying to stop that number 28, because when he gets to run, he is just blasting holes through, and the backs just can't seem to pull him down. Once he gets a head of steam, it is really hard to pull that guy down, that big head of steam. He's got to be at least 15 stones. Here we go. Farnham Knights are coming out. 1st and 10. Ball's on the 20. Harry Carter and Steedy on the far left. There's a handoff to Nick Roop. Roop's looking for some room. Roop is lost yardage. Loss of about 4 yards before he is finally brought down. Nowhere to run there. The pressure was on in the backfield. And that's going to be 2nd and about 14. In comes Godfrey, number 89. And that's going to be 2nd and 14. Whoa, we have some confusion, a bad snap there. Here comes Mr. Josh Bynes, number 15 for the London Blitz. Let's get that official calling there of what actually happened. Okay, we got into illegal movement there. That's going to be another 5 yards knocked off. That's going to be 2nd and a good 20 for the Farnham Knights, pushing them back in their own territory. Ball's on their own 10 at this time. Here comes number 15, Harry Carter, into the lineup for the Farnham Knights. Roop and JP in the backfield. Okay, so there's been an option for the Blitz to actually on the penalty, so they're going to take the 10 seconds off the clock, and here we are back to the gameplay. 2nd and 14. Hand off to Roop. Roop, we got flags again on the play. You can feel the tension down there as we're starting to get close to the 2 minutes. And that, again, is going to be against Farnham, pushing them back another 5 yards. How far can they go on this? Okay, you heard that from Mr. Keith Wickham as he adjusts the time. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, your scoring update. Farnham Knights 8, London Blitz 43, as we are starting to make our way into now halftime. We're going to try to see if we can get a couple of words here from Coach Tango. But I'm seeing Coach Tango is off with the offensive line. We'll try to see if we can get some words from him back before kickoff into the second half. Or we'll probably can get the crew to him. We'll stay tuned, and we'll bring you that footage a little bit later. We'll try to get a couple more interviews from some of the other players there. In the meantime, I would like to take you at this time to get an update here, personal update from Ollie DeRuyter. Ollie, how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm feeling great.
It's good to have you here with us today, but I'm seeing that the knee is still in traction. What are they saying?
We're still looking at soft tissue. I'm still waiting on a diagnosis, but it's looking improbable for a return this year. But this is it's not about me; it's about the team. So I'm mending. I'm doing my thing. I'm getting ready to come back. But I'm here to support the team and get us back to where we need to be for the season.
Thank you, Ollie. I mean, that is the main thing, is to get in the team here. What are your views? You're watching the game from our perspective up here. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing a couple of mistakes. They're only small mental errors, but if we can correct these little errors, this game is, the scoreboard is not reflecting what we're playing. I'm sure those people that are watching the stream, they can see, this. We shouldn't be losing by this margin, but we are because of these small mistakes. We clean these up, and we'll be back straight back in this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Ollie DeRuyter. You heard him yourself. He has confidence in his team. If they can clean up some of their mistakes, they should be able to kind of close the points down. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will definitely let me see here if I can ping down and get a word with Mr. Steely Wills. He looked like he was injured a little bit earlier today on a couple of receptions, but he might be in some good condition. I'm going to try to run down and see if the camera crew can keep the camera on. We might be able to get a couple of words from him. Stay with me here, and let's see what we got here, if he will stay with me. And let's see if Mr. Steely here, if I can get an interview. Mr. Steely Wills, how are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Hey, Steely, I seen a couple of receptions there. You took a big hit back there. I'm seeing you holding yourself. How are you feeling?
Yeah, we just need to pick it up on the offense a little bit more, get a little bit stronger, just do what we know, just finish, execute, keep playing till the end of the game.
How's your relationship with Allie now that you have Ollie out? I mean, I know that you have to build up that relationship, and now that you and Allie are trying to work it through, are you starting to get that communication? How is it feeling to you?
Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. I mean, we've worked together for a number of years, so it's just about just getting that extra time in, picking up where we can, and hey, just let them throw the ball and I'll make the catch.
Hey, that's what we like to hear. Thank you ever so much for your time, Steve. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be speaking to you guys later as we bring you more from the halftime. Once again, my name is Mads, and we'll see you after the halftime.
special teams in a minute.
Yeah, it's okay. Come here.
There we go. Am I live?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Mr. Ox Clarkson, special teams coach. Ox, it's been a very challenging game today. What are your thoughts so far, sir?
Obviously, we are struggling a little bit today. Yeah, we've not really stepped up to their levels. But yeah, it's a game which we've got to compete in every play. We've got to do everything on play-by-play basis.
I'm seeing that the special teams are really putting in some work out there. I'm seeing some great returns, some great blocks out there. Are we trying to use that same to try to get the offense and defense also behind it?
Hey, when we step up on those special kicks returns, yeah, we're going to go yards, and those positive yards make us buzz, and they pick us up, and we get going eventually. But yeah, we're getting plenty of opportunity today, which isn't the right way to think about it, but we're going places, so it's good. Godfrey and Root back there are very threatening, very threatening.
Yes, they are. And the defense, how are we feeling about with the backs back there? I'm seeing a lot of breakage from Mr. Teamy. Are we having some confidence that we've restructured something in the backfield?
Yeah, we're trying to make some contact with the guys, yeah, but the physical ability of them and us at the moment is a large difference. We're struggling with a few injuries in the secondary, so we are struggling. It's a difficult one to keep going, but hey, we're trying our best. We're trying our best. Keep up with those Blitz guys.
Yeah, you know, that's all we like to hear, and we definitely like to see some more of you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Ox Clarkson Special Teams. We're here with the Farnham Knights. You've been watching the game. Thank you for being with us here. www.farnhamknights.com. Game Day Live. Thank you ever so much, Mr. Ox, and we'll see you guys on the field, all right? Thank you, sir.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it, and you've definitely have felt it as the Farnham Knights are really trying to trigger up and pull the hammer back on the teams here. Get us are doing a really great job out there. Just trying to get some of that defensive offense to help pull some more of those points on the board. We did see some great running there by Aaron. We've seen some great passes being done. Great strategy. Now let's see if we can get some more points on the board. We're up here on the commentary booth, and I would definitely, the roof. And we're going to give you our official scoring update before we like to thank some of our sponsors. And here we go. 43, London Blitz. Farnham Knights, 8. And here we go to thank our sponsors. As always, we'd like to thank Premier Prospects, your recruiting professionals. Black Ant Labs, bringing us to you. Tango Securities, providing total security solutions to any of your tailored needs. Wilson and Scott's, helping keeping your road marks safe for you in the UK. And AFUK, American Football United Kingdom. We thank your sponsorships once again, and we always thank the crew. We'd like to still give us another shout out to Isle of Wight Rhinos, whoop, 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 whoop. And we'd like to definitely thank you for their input. We'd like to also do another shout out to Mr. Gemma on her 18th birthday, and another shout out to Andy and Linda and their Canadians in Canada, seeing their family. We miss you guys tremendously. Have a safe flight back. And once again, I want something from Customs. So we're going to get warm-up going on, and we'll bring you some more action and commentary in a couple more minutes. All right, and here we go now on the first kickoff of the game. That was done by the Farnham Knights, so you know the rules of the game. After the second quarter, coming into the third quarter of gameplay, the London Blitz will be kicking off. We have Rope and Godfrey back to return, and we have Luke, number 17, who will be kicking it off again for the London Blitz. Your scoring update, London Blitz, 43, Farnham Knights, 8. Big driver going to Godfrey. Godfrey takes it on the 4. He gets to the 10, 15. He's got a block by Root. He's trying to get to the 20. He gets just about to the 20-yard line. Good carry there by Godfrey. Carry of about 16 yards. Once again, if you would like to be interested in being a referee for the league, come see us at www.bafra.org. That is www.bafra.org. Be a part of the organization. If you can't play, you can call the plays. 1st and 10, Farnham Knights taking that ball on their own 21-yard line. Knights in the wishbone. Hand off to Root. Root snatched in the backfield. Loss of about 4 yards. Trying to follow the block by Sequala, but one of the defensive tackles snuck in there and brought him down. That's a loss of about 1 yard. 2nd and 11, Knights. In comes number 43, Joe Edwards. He reports there to Allie Reed. So we haven't seen Allie run or carry the ball today. He does have wheels, and when he does carry the ball, he does get some good yardage. I'm wondering if they're trying to make sure that he doesn't get injured. Let's look at the field and find out. 2nd and 11, Knights. And here it is. Here it is. Allie looking for some room on the play-action fake. Quarterback keeper on the bootleg. He is brought down on negative yardage of loss of about 6. Nowhere to go. Offensive line just let the blitz right on through. Allie just had to lay himself down. There was nowhere for him to go. He couldn't even lay down on the ground. It's going to be 3rd and about 14. Steely Wells on the far right. Godfrey far left. London in the zone. Knights in the wishbone. Allie folds in the pocket. He's looking upfield. Oh, way overthrown, way over Godfrey. Godfrey is completely upset about that, and that could have been an interception. That's going to be third and long yardage. And that's a 4th down situation. There comes the special teams. And we will be seeing Scott Spearink. He is back after his injury that he had a little earlier today. So the blitz on the first drive of Farnham shut it down, keeping the ball still in Farnham field. Forcing the special teams, and Scott, he takes a snap. Oh! Big kick. The pressure was on. Kyle takes the ball, number 5. He's running. He's got room. He gets to the 20, to the 15. He cuts the cut before he hits it. He gets to the 5 before he's finally drugged down. And my apologies, that's Craig Maroon, number 5, on the carry for the London Blitz. We got a flag on the field about at the 42-yard line. It's about where he received the ball. Let's get the official marking here before they start moving any of the chains down. Once again, Keith Wickham and the crew are meeting over and discussing the flag. Both sides special teams are still on the field. So it looks like there may be a do-over, but how, where, when, and why is still to be determined. And here comes Keith. Okay, we had an illegal block on the Knights. We have a personal foul on the Blitz. Now, are these going to offset, or is one going to have more negative yardage return than the other? Once again, we'll leave it to the green judge to determine. We thank you for watching Farnham Knights Game Day Live and being with us during our stream. We have a couple of more games to bring to you this year. We have week after next, South Wales Warriors will be coming up to Farnham, so we would definitely like you to be with us then. Next week we are in Bristol. And there we go. We got an offset that's going to repeat. Fourth down. We'll be redoing it all over again. You know, I see Allison, one of the players up here in the commentary area for the Farnham Knights, one of our female premierships. I'm going to try to get a couple of words with her a little bit later on this afternoon, see if we can find out how she's feeling. She's taking an injury and is on injury reserved until next season. And there's Scott, another high snap. He has the pressure. Oh! I'm going to call that a wiggle woggle, and it takes a few drops. And it's finally picked up by number 5. There's Craig, and he's finally pushed out of bounds. So after all of that, London Blitz will be taking the ball around their 40-yard, around the Farnham Knights 40-yard line. They're going to mark that midfield, so we're going to call that right in the middle field, neutral zone. They'll be taking the ball. I see big 39 there, DeMarco Ryans on the defensive line next to Richard Hedges. Of course, we got number 79, Max Schmidt there. Richard Balson, number 48 on the defensive line. Tim on the play action fake. Tim's looking upfield to Craig. Oh! We have a reception there by number 9. That's Kyle. Great pass there by Tim, number 3. He gets it down to Kyle, and that's going to move the chains and put the ball right in red zone territory. The ball is going to be on the 10-yard line. First and goal, London Blitz. In the backfield. Tim snap. Action the team. He does a rollout. Hands it to throws it off. Big 44, the fullback. And it's in for a touchdown. Alex Davies. Alex Davies brings in 6 for the London Blitz. What a play. Play action fake to 28 Timmy. Tim does a rollout. There's the big fullback all alone. Mr. Davies shoots it over to him, and Mr. Davies just walks it on in. That's going to be another 6 on the board. And here comes the extra point by Mr. Luke Naughton. And we got a penalty. It's going to cost London Blitz 5 yards on that extra point. That's going to push it back. It's going to give Luke Naughton another 5 yards room, but that's going to be a good 14-yard attempt. It's up, and it's good. Putting another 7 points on the board for the London Blitz. Your scoring update today. Farnham Knights 8, London Blitz, the big 50. Reaching the half a century, and we are in third quarter of play. So as the special teams come out, so next week, Farnham Knights will be in Bristol competing against the Aztecs. They're currently running third in the premiership behind the Blitz, and And ahead of them is the Warriors. Warriors still on a perfect record at 6-0. London Blitz have lost 2 games, one against the Warriors and the other one against the Aztecs. Game of the week last week. Double coverage. Thank you ever so much for the information. Luke Naughton to kick off. We have Nick Roop and Godfrey to return for the Knights. As we were speaking to Mr. Claxon. Big kick. It's going to go to the secondary. It's picked up by 59. He's going to hold the ball, and he's going to have a nice short carry, but he secures it, and that carry was by... some reason, I'm trying to find 59 on my roster today, and that is James Thornton. Thank you, LB, on the return. So that's going to be 1st and 10. Knights will be taking the ball, giving them an opportunity to respond. Steely lined up on the far right. Ball's marked on the Knights' own 32-yard line. Rope in the backfield. Shotgun position. Alley takes the ball. He's looking for Steely. Boom! In and out of Steely's hands. Steely's covered by number 55 for the London Blitz. Sky Modibi. And that's going to be a personal foul against the London Blitz, giving 15 yards and credit to the Knights, moving them more into the midfield position as they start to move the chains down. Miss Susanna Taylor does the steps on. Okay, ball is now in the midfield. Steely in motion. Alley in the shotgun. Alley's going upfield, looking way upfield for Godfrey. Incomplete. No pressure too much there on Alley. Quick release of the ball, though. Way high and overthrown to Mr. Godfrey. Incomplete. That's going to be 2nd and 9. Snap carry by Nick Roop. Short carry. Short gain. That's going to be 3rd down. 3rd and a long 8 for the Knights. And here we are. Third and 8. Harry in motion. Alley in the shotgun. The pressure is on by the Blitz. He's looking upfield. He's finding his man. It's almost intercepted. Intended for the big man, number 88 for the Farnham Knights. Incomplete. Almost intercepted by 20 for the Blitz. And that is going to be an incomplete. That was intended for Harry Alexander. Incomplete. 4th down situation. Here comes Scott Spearing in the special teams. Another stoppage for the London Blitz on the Knights offense. Apologies. Very sloppy punt there by Spearman. Just gets it over into the secondary before it falls. It didn't even really reach about 10 yards. That's going to give the London Blitz field position on their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. London Blitz. Well, we're really thrilled with what the sport has really done and how it's shaped up here in the United Kingdom. Help with the sponsorship from and NFL UK and NFL Europe, my apologies, NFL Europe has really helped to spin this off and bring a lot of viewers here and a lot of other players here. A lot of the times we get players here and then they move to the NFL or they move to the arena ball, but they do move into a career, and it's a handoff. It's to Timon. It's Jimmy. Apologies, that's big 34 on the carry. Lewis. Awazu on the carry. He gets a first down. Yes.
Put it on my head.
Anywhere so I can get that mic next to your mouth. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is really good to there we go on third quarter. I'm trying to get a little time here if I can get an interview with my man, Big Pete. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have time, and I do have Big Pete. Pete, thanks ever so much for being here with us again. Pete, you have been a long player here. Tell us about your history with the Knights.
I started in 2004. First team I ever played with was the Knights. They taught me how to play. I played here until 2007, and then I found my way out to play in the States.
Tell me about that transition. How did you do it? I mean, everyone wants to know. They want to be like you. We want to be like Pete. How did they do this, Pete?
Well, it was actually Coach Tango that made it happen. He was inducted into the Minor League Football Hall of Fame and met some people, talked about me. No one seemed to believe it, so I was invited out to a little combine deal where I went out, impressed some people, and ended up getting a contract.
Contract. So who are you with? Who are you playing with out there now in the States? Who's got you in their pocket?
Well, right now, the situation is kind of a little messed up. I actually signed with the Green Bay Blizzard this year, but...
Pete, I'm going to hang tight. I want you not to go anywhere. We just had a second down conversion and a pass there by Mr. Tim. He hands it a beautiful pass to number 5. That was recepted by Craig Moran. That's going to be 6 more points on there. You know what, Pete? Real quick. You've been watching the game up here today. Give me 2 minutes. What do you think on the game?
The Blitz are winning. It's hard to watch, to be honest with you. There's a lot of mistakes being made. Doesn't seem to be much fire going on for the Knights team, which is, it's kind of new for me to see. Normally this is one of the teams that you can rely on for a real family attitude and a fight to the end, you know. But there doesn't seem to be much fire in people's hearts right now, and something needs to spark that, you know what I mean?
Well, if you have 3 words to say to your brothers, what would it be, Pete?
I'll do it in 2, and I'll say wake up.
You heard it from my man, Big Pete Too Tall. He's saying to his team, wake up. Pete, thank you ever so much for your time again. Thank you for gracing us with your presence here. We're going to take it back to the field as we have just had a score and an extra point done by the London Blitz again, and that is going to put 7 more points on the board. That's giving you your scoring update, ladies and gentlemen. London Blitz, 57. Farnham Knights, 8. As again, you heard it from Big Pete. Farnham Knights, wake up! And we take it back to the game. On the field, Roop and Godfrey back. Real quick, if you had a chance to see that, I'm like 6 foot. I was standing next to him. He's like 7'2". Another short kick, and it's going there to Thornton again. Short carry. He handles the ball, keeps it safe, and he's going to keep the ball right in midfield. That's going to be 1st and 10 for the Farnham Knights. That ball is going to be marked on their own. Okay, there we go. I was wondering where the chain crew was going. It was not fourth quarter yet. We are still in third quarter of play. Ashley Dyer on the far left. We got a nice snap there. Spearing puts it way up, but it's out of bounds, and that's going to pull a flag probably. And the jubilation from the London Blitz, they're feeling good, and they feel like they're cinching this up here as we're in the fourth quarter of play. On the far left. We got a nice snap there. Spearing puts it way up, fighting for out of bounds, and that's going to pull a flag probably. So we're in the fourth quarter of gameplay. After a failing drive by the Farnham Knights, they have had to turn the ball over to the London Blitz, where the London Blitz are now taking the ball in midfield position. Your scoring update is a 57 to London Blitz, 8 for the Farnham Knights. Tim takes the snap. He's looking for his man way upfield, and he finds him. It's completed. Reception to number 11. That is Ronell Daly Thomas on the catch. That's going to be a first down for the London Blitz. Tim showing he's got some accuracy and an arm all the time, going and pass in the pocket. Blitz are lined up, 2 receivers wide. Here comes Goodall. As the Knights are trying to get into position, Tim's got some pressure on there. He's looking for his man. He finds him. Touchdown Blitz. Intended for 88 and caught by the big 88, Jasper Van Doren. That's another 6 points on the board for the London Blitz. That was right over there on Paul Stubbs' side of the field. After a little bit of confusion by the defense, the Blitz capitalize on it. And there's another 6 points. Great pass there. Josh Adams will be holding the ball for the extra point attempt. Snap. Up. Ladies and gentlemen, the London Blitz have put 7 more points on the board. Your scoring update, London Blitz 64, Farnham Knights 8. And it's looking like the points and the time are fading away. As we are in fourth quarter of game play. Clouds are starting to roll in. You can see the clouds are rolling as they are struggling to just cap the London Blitz today on their home field. Luke Naughton to kick off. The ball's up, heading towards Godfrey. Godfrey's going to let it take a bounce, and it's going to take a bounce and roll right on out of bounds. And we have a flag, of course, by Susanna Taylor, sideline ref. We'll get the official marking where they're going to mark the ball as the Knights will have their drive as time is ticking through on the fourth quarter of play. QB position. Number 34 has just came in. That is Sean Rance. He'll be in one of the running backs. Backfield. Fake handoff to Jez McLeese. Play action, and Nick Root keeps it. Fights in the middle. Runs off from the right side tackle. Might be a gain of about 3 yards. Third down. Joe Bodger in the full back. Joe on the carry. Joe's looking for some room. Loss of yardage. Looks like he might take a loss of 1. That's going to be a 4th down situation again. The London Blitz are stopping the power offense. The night train is off track. And here is the special teams out on the field. He's finally wrapped up. They support their team. I'm here in the balcony with all the great supporters. I'm seeing them, and they are all staying here till the end for this result. 1st and 10. Blitz. Handoff to Big 34. Big man still on his feet. He's breaking tackles for. He's finally stopped. What a carry there by Lewis. Out comes KJ. Big 91. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude the game as they have called it a game. Your scoring update today, ladies and gentlemen. After a very, very, very hard struggle, London Blitz 64, Farnham Knights 8. Please stay with us. We're going to try to catch some information, a couple of interviews from some of the crew. We're going to see if we can catch an interview from the London Blitz and get their views on the game here, and from some of our coaches and staff from the Farnham Knights. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere, okay? We'll be right with you as you follow me on the field. Good?
I'm good.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on the sideline here with Adrian Samuel from the London Blitz. Adrian, what a game you guys came down here to play. What did you think?
It was a very good game. Both teams came out very hard, and there was a good few opportunities, loads of turnovers, and it was very exciting for the fans to watch.
Yes, we're really glad to have you guys down here. You guys have really been playing an excellent season. You've been sparking it up. You only had your only defeat against the Aztecs. We're playing the Aztecs next week. What would you tell the Farnham Knights about to take on to the Aztecs?
Play four quarters of football.
Play
Just
four.
keep going, don't come off the pedal, keep trying not to make any mistakes, and just work hard and do your best.
You know, Adrian, we thank you ever so much for being with us over here. Thank you for your team. We really hope you guys have a safe drive back up the road. You know what I mean?
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thank you guys ever so much. Ladies and gentlemen, defensive coach Adrian, once again, you've been watching Farnham Knights Game Day Live. Be with us. 2 weeks, we are here home against South Wales Warriors. So until then, peace, love, and American football.